What's going on, guys? I have a gentleman here with a 2018 F-150. You've seen his truck here on the channel. He's a subscriber here and he works local to me. He said he heard a little bit of a chattering sound and kind of like a humming sound coming from one of the wheels, but it's currently not going on. I went and test drove with him. We couldn't get it to happen at all. And then I started looking at the TSB for the IWEs and the wheel bearings. And a couple of months ago they updated it, kind of slid everything in underneath you, and you didn't really know it was updated. And it has a reprogram for the 15 to 18 model four-wheel drive systems that don't have four. They will just say 2H, 4H, and 4L. So 2015 to 2018, it says reprogram the TCCM. That's the transfer case control module, because it programs a new strategy in the vehicle. And that new strategy is it keeps the front hubs locked into the CV axles and the wheel bearings all together for the first half mile before it releases them in two-wheel drive. So regardless, in two-wheel drive, the front axles are spinning, the drive shaft is just not engaged. You know, the transfer case is not engaged. No big deal. Half mile, and then all of a sudden pulls in those IWEs and releases them. So then the wheels are spinning and the CV axles and stuff aren't spinning as freely as they would be if they were engaged. The second part of that technical service bulletin for the IWEs says, do you have a 2015 to 2018 F150 with the 4 auto setup? It says 2H, 4A, 4H, and 4L. The answer to that is yes. It says go to step 4. And it says, okay, step 4, go to your vacuum line that's by your check valve going to your IWE solenoid. So let's go look at that real quick. That would be this line here. Step 5, remove the vacuum line between the connection points here and here. Step 7, throw the vacuum line away, put a cap on your vacuum source here and here, and now your vacuum solenoid no longer activates. It moves, it'll still engage and disengage. The solenoid will work. It will think it's working because it's plugged in, but you won't actually be vacuum removing those hubs anymore from being engaged. They want the 4 auto system between 2015 and 2018 to be engaged all the time from now on. So those axles will spin with those wheel bearings and those IWEs at all times. The only thing that you're doing different, or the only thing that you're keeping from before, is the transfer case underneath is not engaged until you need 4-wheel drive. So I came back here and I tested it out to see how everything worked. And let's try it out real quick. We're in 2-wheel drive right now. Listening for binding or anything like that. Nothing at all. Go the other way. So now your hubs are always locked in. So you're back to the old school 4-wheel drive system. So your fuel mileage is going to decrease just a hair, and you might get a little bit more front tire wear, but that's it. You're barely going to notice it. So now we're turning freely, left and right. Hubs are staying engaged. Now the next step is to put it in 4-wheel drive and make sure the 4-wheel drive functions properly. Now you don't have to wait for hubs to lock in or pull forward or back or any of that stuff anymore to get them to release, because they're automatically engaged all the time. We'll put it in 4H. We're in. Much smoother engagement with 4H now. No more clunking as it's shifting back and forth. No more clicking and clacking as the IWE is trying to engage and make contact. It's just in. Yep, we're good. 4-wheel drive is engaging appropriately. Let's go back to 2. Wait for the 2 to release completely and disappear. All right, now we're back in 2-wheel drive. So basically what they're doing is they're removing the vacuum line and allowing the solenoid to stay in place for the 4-wheel drive system, but that's all they're doing. and that fixes the clicking clacking noise coming from the IWEs, and basically just disengages the front drive shaft, and you drive around with the front hubs locked in. No harm, no foul. That's the fix. Just wanted to share that with you guys. All right, guys, be blessed. I hope you liked the video. This is probably going to help a lot of you out that didn't understand how to lock out those hubs. A lot of people ask me all the time, like, hey, can I lock out those hubs? Can I actually lock those out? I want to lock them out so I can just eliminate that system completely. Like, I'm not truly in four-wheel drive anyway until I engage the transfer case motor. So why not just lock them out and not have this problem, this chattering and stuff anymore? Yeah, you might lose, like, you might go from, 18 miles to the gallon down to like 17.6, but for the peace of mind of not hearing the noise and everything else and the clattering, just lock them out. Well, now you can. They're locked out. Doesn't cause no problem. Y'all be blessed. Take care.